Hi, someone was asking about the sound design in my Pulsewidth cover, so let's take a closer look at that. To start, let's look at the brass sound, which is an FM sound. And without the delay and reverb, it sounds like this. And this is how you can recreate it. Now we're on an init patch. To get a sawtooth sound, I usually use algorithm 2 and max feedback. And then we need to bring up the level of operator 2, and I used 73 in this one. And then we need some envelope. Let's see. And it needs to come back down. And then it shouldn't cut out abruptly, so we need to edit the envelope of the carrier. But now the modulator is decaying too fast. So let's give this the same decay. I think that's the sound. Yeah, so that's how I made the brass sound. And let's look at the bass sound next. Okay, let's look at the bass. For that, I used the original manual of the SH-101. This is just a printout. And it has presets at the end of the manual. They're really nice. And one of them is called Jazz Organ 1. And when I was listening to the Aphex song, the original version, the bass sound reminded me of this preset. So let's start from silence, I guess, and see if we can recreate this. Can't really see this. Okay, let me fold this for you. Now we also can't see it. There. Okay, so the LFO is in the middle. Range 8. The knobs are slightly different because this is not the original 101. Pulsewidth in the middle. It's using the LFO, check. And it has the pulse wave and the sub oscillator. And it's set to the 1 octave setting, check. Noise is down. Frequency, it doesn't say where the frequency is. Resonance is in the middle. Envelope is also in the middle. Mod is at the bottom, keyboard's at the top. It's saying to use the gate mode for the VCA. The top triggering mode here. Envelope all the way down. Let's see how this sounds. Why can't I hear anything? That was because of the frequency slider. Why don't they say what it is? That's already very close. And I think I just raised the frequency a bit. And that's the bass sound, more or less. So it's just a a preset from the manual. And now the most difficult one, which is the chord sound. This, I just made something up, and I can put this machine into polyphonic mode. Where is that? Here. What am I always get confused by this menu. Assign. No. Menu. Assign. Okay, now it's in poly mode. It has 4 voices polyphony. And yeah, I made some Pulsewidth, some basic Pulsewidth modulation sounds. Let's see, not too much resonance. Yeah, just something like that. And the chord is this is G minor 7, but I pitched it up and pitched it down again, so it doesn't really matter which chord you start with, I guess. And I recorded this, and then I loaded it into the FC1. So let's move the camera to the FC1, and then I can show you what I did over there. Okay, so here we are with the FC1, and I got that chord I just played. I loaded it into the machine. And I have a couple different sample rates. You can hear that they get duller. And I think the correct pitch is more or less this. And I wanted to get crunchy here. So I like this one the best, which I think is the 9 kilohertz. That could already work, but I also put some envelope on it. Let's see. So I turned the second stage into the sustain stage, and I think that already does it. Yeah, that's it. And then that goes into delay and reverb, of course. But that's yeah, and that's all 3 sounds. So I guess that concludes the video. Thank you for watching.